Emotions, the business impact. What does a healthy business team look like? What does listening to self, to those who I work with, to those I support within the workplace, what does that look like? What does that feel like? With over 25 years of leadership experience with the Canadian Armed Forces and with the New Brunswick Community College, I've been invited to share a non-traditional approach in leadership, my experience with an IEED in 2011, and the current non-traditional approach that I utilize within the professional circuit. Things all started in a French community. Little me was brought into this French Acadian family, submerged and placed into an environment, into a family. Dad was a very successful fisherman, boat builder, entrepreneur. Mom was an at-home mom. My dad's dad was a veteran from World War I, World War II, which I feel had an impact on my dad because I could feel it from my dad. Little me was brought up under the belief and understanding to get an education, work hard, go to church. When certain emotions came up dealing with whatever it might be at that particular time, little me often heard the messages, suck it up. Princess, buttercup, be tough, and often soldier on. My family was an ordinary family that in short order became a dysfunctional family. I guess we were normal. At the age of 12, little me experienced the passing of little me's dad. Little me's response to that was to get busy. Really busy. It was the year that I actually started running on the outside and a whole lot of running on the inside. Six years later, little me became big me. Little me really wasn't that far away. Still kind of stuck around. Little me was on the inside. The only thing that really changed was the physical appearance on the outside. By age 18, Big Me finished school, received an academic scholarship to attend Mount Allison University in lovely Sackville. Was an athlete, high school jock. Little me, imagine. Big me was the jock. And was a regular church goer. A lot of smiling took place on the outside. During the summer of 1984, Big Me was deployed to Germany as one of 48 cadets across Canada. and became a member of 2nd Battalion Princess Patricia Canadian Light Infantry based out of Winnipeg. The beer was great. Actually, it was too good. Upon return from Germany, I found out that I lost 2 very dear close friends of mine. Why was I feeling guilty? Why was I feeling guilty and think that I could have changed the outcome? Did it have anything to do with being present when my dad took his own life 6 years later? 6 years earlier. Feeling kept on coming up. It was like throwing gas on a fire. It resurfaced. My coping mechanism, survival, was I became an addict. I became an alcoholic. I became a drug addict. I worked. People often would turn around and say, Darren, you going to add that to your schedule? Fill it all in, because it's my way of avoiding it. That is how I lived my first 2 years at Mount Alice University. Until my mom one day said, you're going to end up just like your dad. So, I ain't going to have anything to do with that. So, I got busy, and I worked, and I worked, and I got busy. And I did a lot of running on the outside and inside. According to Gabriel Maté, the leading expert in addictions, and when the body says no, the immediate impact of stress on the inside as a result of addiction is incredible. Why addictions? Addicts become addicts because of a deep-seated emotion that does not get addressed. What does an addiction look like to you? When transferring to the workplace, because my family was out of control, that I couldn't stop certain things as a kid, even though I felt like getting between mom and dad when there was domestic violence going on. Even when my dad was drunk and very violent and codependent. I wish I could have changed that outcome. I wish I had control of an out of control situation. What happened when it came to the workforce? I controlled my environment as a leader with the Canadian Armed Forces and with the New Brunswick Community College. Controlling my environment, controlling our environment, can often be seen as micromanaging. Has anybody experienced micromanagement before within your workplace? How effective is that? Value adding to your team. I know that I prevented and got in the way of my team flourishing to the potential that they were capable of, because I controlled it. It was the emotional baggage that I continued to carry with me that really took its toll in 2011. Upon return from Afghanistan in 2011, the call came in. Call sign 0, this is call sign 1. Contact, wait out. Call sign 0, this is contact, call sign 1. Contact, IEED. I say again, IEED. Man down, out. I crashed. With the loving support of family, friends, mentors, and coaches around me, I got back up. And I looked at the scoreboard. And I said, that really doesn't look so good. I was not doing very well. I had to own the scoreboard as a leader in order for me to effectuate change. And that I did with the support of those around me. So the journey began. I transitioned from the forces in the fall of 2012. I had coffee with Mr. Warren Redmond on Main Street, Moncton, when I was first introduced to emotional fitness. I had tools to be able to process what I personally went through. Because if I don't address personally what is going to happen in my life, that is transferable within the workplace and has a direct correlation. It has for me. I had tools that could actually release some emotions that were all wound up inside me. After experiencing the tools of emotional fitness, the 9 steps, I was ready to be me. And that is what I did. I subsequently went through some pretty significant discoveries from 2012 until present. The first thing I discovered, and very grateful to, is the incredible work that the Aboriginals do. I would like you to take a look at the teepee. I would like you to take a look at what is on top of the teepee. There are how many colors? 4 colors. 3 colors represent body, mind, spirit. 3 elements of being healthy that has been the traditional approach for the non-Aboriginal community in the West. Does anybody want to venture to guess what the 4th color is? And what it represents?
Emotions.
So this incredible item, anybody would like to guess what this is?
I'd like the catcher and the wellness wheel.
The wellness wheel. Can I have one of my coaches come up? And please hold this. The beautiful Greta. Health wheel. The Aboriginal, with their infinite wisdom, incredible, has recognized for an extended period of time 4 separate components of being holistically healthy. Body, mind, spirit, and
Emotions.
another discovery I encountered was iceberg. Can I have another fine, outstanding coaches, the beautiful Trina? On the iceberg, there is a part that I see. This is what you see. There is a part that you do not see. And that is below the waterline. Would somebody like to guess how much of the iceberg you actually see? A percentage.
10 to 20, I think.
20%.
Gwen?
15.
15%. 15% of the iceberg I can see. What about below the surface, hidden in there somewhere? What percentage of the iceberg is there? 15 on top?
85.
85. Wow. The mathematics, incredible. 15 on top, 85 below. So when I, as a leader, am working within my workplace, what's going on below the surface within the team that is getting in the way of the team producing at the level that it is truly capable of doing? A lot of my emotions, all buried there. Transferable, first of all, from my personal experiences and over to the professional. What happens to a beautiful, vibrant, green forest when a match that's lit inside the forest is left uncared for? What happens to the forest? What happens to a team that I am supporting when a little issue inside the team does not get brought up? What happens to the team? It explodes. What is the impact to that? $13 billion a year ago in Canada as a result of stress within the workplace that does not get managed. How do I see it? I see it with sick leave, absenteeism, burnout, conflict, a lot of water cooler talk. Not about the Patriots, but about other things that is eroding the team. People don't care how much a leader knows until they feel that the leader cares. So how do I, as a leader, support a team so that they feel I carry and I care? Comes down to my ability to listen, to connect, to listen to the individuals, and that creates a connection. Has anybody here ever experienced a time when when you're trying to share something with someone and you're cut off? Or you're one-upped? You think you got a nice car? You should see mine. You think you had a good time last night? It didn't top mine. That is getting in the way of somebody sharing. So how does that affect my team over a period of time? Food for thought. Stress. There is pressure and there's stress. I can feel pressure from my team. It's how I feel, how I receive it, that really makes all the difference. That stress over a period of time will take its toll, as we have maybe experienced within our workplaces. I'd like to offer you a few tools to consider. As a leader, how do I support my team in being more productive and positive? Number one, release the personal clutter. Moncton-based author Kim Eagles has launched a book this year called Release the Clutter. The other item, second key component, is to be able to have the tools, the structure for effective learning. I was very fortunate to have acquired that Warren Redmond's book, specifically written for business leaders, managers, and coaches, and how we, as all leaders, can support our teams in being more positive and productive. I would invite you to go have a chat with Warren over by the water fountain, who's located with beautiful Nicole, his wife, and have a discussion about the tools available to yourselves as leaders. What are some of the other leaders saying about the keys of emotions within the workforce? Number one, we have Danny Mayer, the author of Setting the Table, who utilizes the rule of 51. When he hires his team leaders and managers, 51% of the consideration is placed on emotional competence of his leaders and managers. 49 is technical. Jim Collins, how do I as a leader take my organization and team from good to great? He talks about the keys behind being a level 5 leader. And he talks about supporting a disciplined culture. I already have very disciplined members within my team. I just need to ensure that I, as a leader, do not demotivate them. The United States military forces, as a result of the incredible deployments involved in their troops to Iraq, Afghanistan, and other places, have paid the price, much like the Canadian soldier has. The United States forces has been very proactive in implementing resiliency training and a complete model to support their teams. Can I have beautiful Chantel come up? Another one. Hands, please. The United States has implemented something called the Comprehensive Soldier and Family Fitness Program to build resilience and enhance performance. 5 key enablers within it, and identifying that emotional resilience is incredibly important to support the deployed member. Whether you're a military member, a nurse, a fireman, an RCMP officer, a mother, a father. It is to have the tools that works and feels best for you. The purpose of today's session was strictly to open up the dialogue about emotions and the role they have within the workplace. I would like to leave you with a question, and that is, what will all our teams be like, and what will it feel like when our teams are more positive and productive? Thank you. Very much. Appreciate it.